Hello folks. In this video we're going to explore the structure of the Moodle page for the liberal arts chemistry course. When you first enter the Moodle page, this is what you will see with a general welcome statement up here at the top. The course syllabus, which you may access by simply clicking on that to generate the PDF file. There's more information on the course syllabus below. Discussion of Microsoft Teams, which we will be using periodically throughout this particular session, with a video on how to use Teams as well as a link to the Teams page. When you click on those, you'll be able to access those items. All right. On the left side, you'll see a calendar. If you've used Moodle before, you'll know that the calendar will indicate specific due dates for assignments and other events during the course of the session. And this, of course, will be a calendar for all the courses that you might be taking at any given period of time. So we'll scroll down here. Now, one thing that you'll note is that it says up here at the top, view introductory videos in the welcome section below. So if we click on the welcome section, what you'll find basically is welcome. And actually, if you're accessing this video, you've already gotten to this point. So we have this welcome particular video where I'll talk about the course, the general structure of the course, and a little bit about me. You'll also see another link to the course syllabus as well as a video description of the syllabus. All right. There'll be some more information about the course structure, which will be posted shortly. So going back to the main page, or we can scroll from section to section. We can just click right here on resources. These are some general resources that you will be perhaps find useful from time to time, and I will be adding resources as we progress through the session, depending on your interests and what we might decide to explore as the session progresses. Right now, there's just a few simple links to some sites. Physics Girl is a YouTube page, and she has a whole bunch of very interesting videos on different kinds of phenomena. Quantum Magazine has a lot of information. Wolfram Alpha will be talking about that a little bit later. I will, in fact, probably discuss this with each of you when we meet individually, but Wolfram Alpha is a nice website that allows you to do calculations very readily. Moving on, I'm going to go back here to the main page as we see this, as we go through. This just, again, scrolling down to resources, blog assignments. Part of what you're going to be doing during this session is writing blogs on a weekly basis about your experiences and your interests in the course. And this is where you will find the specifics of the blog assignments as you go through. First of all, you'll have specific instructions about how to post a blog in Moodle and a video that shows you how to do that, as well as at this point you can see the first assignment is posted. When you click on that, it will give you detailed information about what the assignment is and what my expectations are. Again, I'll be discussing this with each of you individually as we progress, so that make sure that you understand exactly what the expectations are for these assignments. All right, so going back to the main page, of course, you also probably know that in addition to the calendar, which gives you assignments, you also have this activities section. And specifically, you'll note that this is where you'll see assignments as they are listed. Both the assignments and a link to the assignment, as well as the due dates for those assignments. So you can easily access, if you're not sure exactly when an assignment is due, that's an easy way to access all that information in one page. That was my dog kind of walking around shaking his head, if you heard that in the background. All right, so there's also, for the blog entry, there's this little menu here. And again, as I mentioned, in the blog assignments page, you'll find details on how to use that. Labster is the lab simulation we're going to be using in this online course, and we'll be talking about that in more detail. Right now, there are no specific assignments posted for this, but I will be posting those as we progress. You will find some basic information about Labster and how to get started as we go through this, as I add more information as we go through the session. All right, so going back to the main page then. So this is where we start. Obviously, after watching the basic videos and and looking at the syllabus and what the expectations are, where do we start in terms of what the expectations are for you? There's an introduction here, which gives you some basic information that you need to be looking at right off the bat, some basic assignments right off the bat. I do want to meet with each of you as early as possible in the session, hopefully by the end of the day on Wednesday. June 1st, I will have met with each of you at that point. There is a simple introductory survey that you need to complete, which is just basic information about you and your interests, so that I know a little bit more about you. I'm also asking that each of you post a video. You will see that there are, in this particular section, assignments, and then there's a discussion forum. And the discussion forum is actually, what I would like you to do is to post a short video about yourself so that your classmates can learn a little bit about you. It doesn't have to be very long, just a few minutes, but just indicate your interests and what your goals are in this very short video. And again, we can talk a little bit more about this in our individual meetings, but that's basically where you'll find that in the introduction section. All right. So during week 1, all right, these are the expectations for week 1 as are posted right now. As you go through you will see modules corresponding to each week of the session. And so there are 3 modules that are posted for week 1. The first module is What is Science? Now, all the modules are going to have a similar kind of structure. What you will find is at the top is a module description, which is a short video describing what the expectations are for that particular section.
Hello, folks, in the What is Science?
All right, so there's a short video describing what you are supposed to do for that module. Then there's a list of specific objectives in the textbook, the specific section of the textbook that is relevant to that particular module, and then also what other objectives are. The other thing that you'll find in each module is a Moodle booklet. Now, you may not have seen this in courses before. It's been my experience that not very many instructors use the booklet, but I've found it a nice way to kind of pack a lot of information into essentially a booklet form that's easier to access. So for each module there will be a booklet, and if you click on the booklet you'll see that over here there's a table of contents, and that table of contents which generally will include videos. So for example, the first one here is just a short description, but as you migrate through it, which you can do by clicking on the table of contents on the left or by going through the arrows here, and we can scroll over to section 1.1, and here you'll see is a PowerPoint file that is the outline of the video that follows. So you can access some of these modules will have PowerPoints that you can load while you're watching the particular module and use that to take notes. Moving on to the next one, there is an actual video where in this case I am talking about the basic concepts of science and the most important things that I think you need to follow through on. And then the last one here, Simple Ideas in Scientific Discovery, is actually just a video from a TED Talk from Adam Savage, who, if you know anything about the Mythbusters TV show, he was one of the co-hosts for that. So he's just describing how simple ideas are related to scientific discovery. And we'll talk some more about that. So again, in each module, let's just get back to the module. In each module, you're going to find a booklet that has information and videos that you should watch. And then there will be the assignment section, which indicates the specific assignment for that particular module. In this case, it's a discussion forum. If you click on the assignment itself, it would just say respond to topics in the discussion forum, which would be the last section in the module. So when you click on this, you'll find there are a couple of different questions that I will have posted that I want you to respond to, and I'll also ask that you respond to some of your classmates' responses in these. So generally speaking, there might be 2, 3, or 4 discussion forum questions in which I expect a brief response as well as a response to your classmates. All right, so let's go back to the main page. All right, and again, I said that essentially the structure of all these modules is the same. Let's just look at measurements in units here, and you'll see again there's a video at the top which describes what the expectations are for that particular module. There's a booklet again which has videos related to that, and in some cases, for example, in this one I've also got sample problems from the textbook. So if you click on this, what you'll find is there'll be a video where I actually run through the solution to a specific textbook problem that's often related to the group problems that are listed in the module. So, so that's again the booklet. You want to look at the booklet. There's also measurements in units, again, a discussion forum here for you to respond to specific concept questions based on the material in that one, as well as, in this case, there are also group problems. Now, this is something we'll talk about a little bit more. I talked about this in the syllabus video, and I'm going to be talking with each of you about this. I would like to see folks in the class work together on the problems that are posted in the video. In this case, they're just 2 problems from the textbook. In other modules, there'll be, in addition to maybe problems from the textbook, there'll be other questions associated with the videos or problems associated with the videos that are not directly from the textbook. I would like you to work with other people on this. And so again, we'll talk about schedules of your classmates to see if we can work this out so that you can kind of collaborate and brainstorm on solving some of these problems. So you will see that in each module. So again, each module is going to have a description. It's going to have a set of objectives. It's going to have a booklet. It's going to have assignments associated with that module. And then let's go on to the last one. And you'll see that the assignments are depending on the specifics. Many of the assignments will be due the following Monday or Tuesday. All right, so then there's also motion. Again, same structure, a video describing the specifics of that. There are objectives, a booklet, which has videos, and again, let me just go ahead and access that. And you'll see in some cases working through problems associated with these specifics. All right, assignments, stay tuned, more to come because I'm still working through some of this stuff. But again, group problems, a forum with questions. And in this case, I've also indicated the blog because will be the end of the first week. And at the end of each week, you will have a blog that is due. So this actually, clicking on this, just links it back to the blog assignment module where you'll see this is what I expect you to write about in your first blog. And again, we'll be talking more about this when I meet with you individually. Certainly, if you have any questions about the structure, what is required of you or expectations, I want you to feel free to ask at any point. So that's week 1. I will be adding week 2 modules as well. To some degree, what's going to be happening in subsequent weeks, although I do have a plan, I'm going to let you help me guide that plan depending on your own interests. So my plan may shift a little bit depending on what you might be interested in studying. There's a lot of material in the textbook that clearly we're not going to cover all of that, but if there's some issues that you're particularly interested in, we may shift and focus on that. So after our first week, we'll have a discussion about where you would like to go from that point. So anyway, that is the basic structure of the Moodle page for this course. Please go through it, make sure you understand it, and certainly if you have any questions, let me know. We'll see you later. Bye.